Hello, aspiring public speakers and Toastmasters. This is the season of international speech contests. Hope you might be preparing for your speech. In previous video, I had discussed about how international speech contests are judged, what is ballot paper and what are the constituents of ballot paper. If you have not seen that video, I request you to watch that video. It will give you an idea on what criteria the international speech contest speeches are judged. That was part 1. Now this is part 2. In part 2, I'm going to discuss how to craft a speech, how to craft a presentation, how to structure it. I'm sure it will be useful. Recently, I started reading a book, Great Speeches of Modern India. World Best Leaders' Great Speeches are compiled in this beautiful book. And what I found was some of the speeches became great because of the way they were delivered, because the context in which they were delivered. And some of the speeches were great because their content was great. For example, Mahatma Gandhi was not a great orator, but whenever he had delivered a speech, there was a passion, there was a commitment, there was a truthfulness. So certain speeches win on the content, certain speeches win on the delivery. Doesn't mean that content is not important. So structuring the right content is extremely important. So today we are going to discuss the structuring of a speech or of a presentation. Remember, every speech has 3 sections: opening, body, and conclusion. And that should be clearly defined. And then entering from opening to body and body to conclusion, it should be very, very smooth, as seamless, because ultimately speech is a compelling story that I mentioned earlier also. In drafting or structuring the speech, I would recommend 5 steps. Just you follow step-by-step process and you would be able to arrive at a good speech. Step number 1 is, what is the main theme of the speech? What is the central idea? What are the central ideas of different sections? Let me give an example. The last speech which I delivered at divisional level, there were 200 contestants. How I structured it. My speech was on mentorship. So the opening was on a story of mentorship, like it was Lord Krishna's and Arjuna's stories. The body of the speech was divided into 3 sections. Mentorship which I got during my school time, mentorship which I got during my college time, and the mentorship which I got during my professional life, and how different mentors came to my life and they really helped me in transformation of my career, my life, my personality. And finally, in the closing, in conclusion, there was a call to action to the audience, how you should transform your career through mentors, how to find mentors, where are they? That is the way I had closed. So the main theme was mentorship, opening was on a mentorship story, body was 3 sections: my childhood, my school life, my college life, my professional life, and ending with the call to action for the audience. And the speech has to be balanced between opening, closing, and body. 10% weightage should be given to opening, 10% weightage should go to the closing, and 80% should be the body. So that is the way you can structure it. So step number 1 is main theme and what are different ideas of different sections. Step number 2 is outlining different sections. That means when I was to speak on my mentorship, I had outlined my Krishna Arjuna story as opening remarks. Then in the school life, like how different mentors came to my life and they really helped me cross over the obstacles I had. And then in the college life, what are the struggles I was facing, and in my struggle, how mentors played their role. What is that screenplay? What is that storyline? Then during the professional life, and ultimately, what is the message to the audience? So then that is the way each section was expanded. A storyline was created for each of the sections. That is step number 2. Now, step number 3. Step number 3 is clearly drafting its sections. Like what is the Krishna Arjuna stories, like how Krishna came to Arjuna in the battle of Kurukshetra. Arjuna had lost his confidence, and Lord Krishna had to narrate entire Bhagavad Gita. It gave confidence to Arjuna, and then Arjuna stood up and was ready for the fight. Now, section 2 is my school life, and I was very poor in English, and I had failed in English, and how some people came to my life and helped me, gave me confidence to study further when I was deciding to leave my studies and all. So that is school life. College life, again, I was a very shy person. I had never spoken in public, and some people came to me and they helped me. They improved my public speaking, oratory skills, and I became a good communicator with the help of my mentor. And in the professional lives, I was new to the corporate world, and I had so many difficulties networking with the people, coming from a village, a small village boy, coming to a multinational corporate world, not able to, maneuver through the dynamics of the corporate culture. But the mentors came and they helped, and that is the way they helped me transform myself. That's the way it is. And finally, a message to the audience that you should find your mentors at every stage of the life. There has to be mentors are around you, and they should be able to help. So what I mean to say in step 3 is expanding a story for each of the sections. So that is step number 3. Here it will not be so polished, but once you start drafting, you would be able to polish them better. Step number 4 is practice, practice, practice. When you practice more, you will get to know exactly what are the areas where you need to rework. Certain sections may not be drafted well, or they may not be connecting to the next section. So that are the areas you would be able to find out when you practice. Believe you me, for my international speech contest at divisional level, I had practiced more than 30 to 40 times. Every time I used to go for my evening walk, I used to practice with time management. I used to start my stopwatch and see how I'm going, what are the areas where I'm struggling, how I'm entering from section 1 to section 2 and section 2 to section 3, and identified, oh my God, these are the areas I need to work. So practicing will definitely help you a big time. And finally, step number 5 is creating a complete draft. Drafting a speech is an iterative process. So once you practice, keep revising, keep practicing, ultimately you will come to a flow, which will be a perfect flow right from start till the end. Let me tell you, like when I had drafted my speech and I was practicing, and when I delivered a speech at a club level, some of my members told your opening was too long. And they were merciless in asking. I had fallen in love with my flow and my draft, and they said that no, you're not giving enough time to the closing. Closing should also be given. It should not be skewed on opening side and very less time spent on the closing side. You should give equal weightage to the opening and closing. And they were merciless in editing my speech. I had to remove certain sections, and that is the way the speech became balanced, well-flowing speech, and it was completely seamless. But this draft should be ready at least a week in advance. So your preparation should be much in advance, by which in a week in advance there is a draft. There is a draft of the speech which is perfect in every respect. You just have to keep practicing it. I tell you, The people who won international speech contest, one of the contestants, I had heard his interview, he said that I was preparing a year in advance to win my international speech contest. I'm not asking you to prepare 1 year in advance, but at least your preparation should start 1 month in advance. More the time, better it is. And then keep practicing, keep practicing, keep practicing. At the end, you'll be so confident that when you go in front of the audience, you're completely confident, you are not at all nervous, and you would be able to deliver a very good speech. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you have liked this video, you press like button, you give your comments in comment section, you subscribe to my channel and share it with others, by which others can also learn from this. In the part 3 of my video, I'm going to discuss how to open a speech, how to start a speech, because it is the beginning which will help you hook your audience, anchor your audience. I'm going to discuss about that in my next speech. So wait for the next video to be uploaded and invariably watch that. Till that time, good luck for all your future speeches. Thank you.